bands with headbands.
That's alternative, the haircut for men. It's like you push it back and you wear a thick headband. Then it's that one thing you comb it all over. Like,
Stand by, they're gonna roll the package.
Yeah.
Monitor right here. And Jim, if
What's
you
the
want to
name
watch
of
it,
that?
you can.
Okay.
That night, that comedy routine, he grabbed all his hair and he held it all.
Are you a fan of Nirvana?
Sure.
Yes, I am.
Sure.
Just the way that they're not into what everybody else is into, you know, they just sort of do their own thing. I respect that anybody.
They didn't go to college.
Didn't go to college.
Nirvana.
Nirvana. What's that?
Never heard of Nirvana.
Good for you.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I usually listen to pop music.
Did you know that they have a new album out?
Yeah. I haven't heard of that.
Could you take this home and listen to it and then come back tomorrow at the same time and tell me what you did?
Sure.
All right. Yeah, no problem.
Sure.
Narc.
I work here, so I'm here every day.
Sure. Where is this college?
St. John's.
Tell me, how did you like it either way?
Oh, it was great. It was really good.
So very similar to the first album. And I got a couple songs that will be playing on the radio, one of your hits, third track, Heart Shaped Box will probably be on MTV or something. And I like the Man Shot, anyone that sees.
This guy should work for David Geffen
There are a
Company.
couple songs that I could listen to, and I enjoyed the music too.
Killer Bee. Oh no, Freddy Krueger.
A lot of the lyrics I thought was just thrown in. I mean, they could have deeper meaning, and I tried to really analyze them. But some of these lyrics just seem like, I think if I was stoned when I listened to it, but I don't do that anymore.
That's it. I'm in college.
It's target marketing.
The first time you made me, I was not too happy with that song.
Oh.
Kind of funny.
I prefer the beginning part of the album, especially Rate. Rate was just, that's just like, I think they want controversy with that song, because all it is, there's no real meaning to it, I thought, other than it was just really blatant and loud.
The drum was really good. Rate Me was really good, and Heart Shaped Box was excellent.
Hey, potential sales.
I love that high tempo, especially the beginning of the album. I love them great. And then it mellowed out around the middle, then at the end it hypes you back up again.
All right.
Arrangement, like, also.
Who are the Dons?
Sense of Francis was good. I think they should open the Sense of Francis. Francis Farmer, after Revenge of Seattle, was also good, but I don't know who Francis Farmer is. If I knew who Francis Farmer was, or what that meant, I would enjoy it more.
Would you recommend
If I was stoned.
They have the first album, they'll enjoy this one.
It was pretty good. It's not what I usually listen to, but I listened to it again.
Can't please everybody.
Bye.
All right, my man.
It's upside down.
That's the people, you know. Everybody's got an asshole and everybody's got an opinion.
I work here.
Now I'm gonna
I wonder what my mom thinks of that record. I haven't asked her. Oh, it's nice. It's good.
It's very good.
It's good.
It's very good, Chris.
Now I'm gonna ask you some MTV questions about the piece that we just.
Hold on a second.
Of nationalism and God are perfectly cohesive.
Okay, I can start anytime.
Look at that pillar.
Fuzzy. Remember Rail?
Yeah.
These
I
first
guess
questions
it's
are
big,
about
fuzzy.
that thing that we just saw. 3 out of 8 people we approached said they never heard of Nirvana. What do you think of that?
They must be living in a cave.
They don't read music.
They have forsaken the age of information. They are to be eliminated.
Some of the people who responded to the song Rate Me said they were offended by it in some way, or that they couldn't understand it. Could you explain the meaning of the songs to perhaps clear up?
I think they...
Well, we're the cover boys of about 10 different magazines this month. And in every one of those magazines, we explain it pretty good. It's a let me repeat that, anti-rape song. I don't know, I just thought, I got tired of people trying to put too much meaning into my lyrics, you know, as being too, not making enough sense, you know. So I decided to be really blunt and bold. So, and I just thought that it's kind of a funny just reward for a person who rapes, like a mean asshole who rapes a woman, violates her, and then he goes into jail and gets raped, you know?
Yeah.
I think it's kind of a justice, in a way.
Maybe being offended and not understanding it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah, well, that's, I mean, obviously the only reason they were offended because they obviously thought the song was like this, apparently took it as a, you know, macho, you know, I don't know, in some weird way. I mean, I don't exactly know how you would...
They've been programmed by too many beer commercials. Or
yeah, I mean, I don't really know how you would misunderstand something like that.
I thought we've made our stance on rape clear within the last year and a half, you know?
Yeah, but...
Most anyone who knows about us would probably know that we are pretty much anti-rape
right
at this point, you know?
But yeah, I mean, you would think that would be clear, but I guess these were people who didn't know anything about you and are just like listening to a record, you know? Like if that song all of a sudden starts... I mean, you've always... I mean, you had trouble with Saturday Night Live, right? I mean, trying to get that song played.
Yeah.
I mean, why is that? If it's just this straightforward anti-rape song, why are they having a problem with it?
Maybe you shouldn't be talking about it. It's like taboo, you know? Daddy's bonking the little stepchild. I mean, we don't talk about that here. No.
What's controversial about an anti-rape song, basically? I mean, I guess it's the way, it's the nature of
it's a taboo, you know?
Taboo subject.
Yeah.
So what'd you think of this guy, the reaction to the album from the Vox Populi there? Seemed to like it, didn't they?
I would have rather taken it to a rock and roll show or something, you know?
Right.
Instead of just like college students.
Just random
Yeah.
college students who may or may not listen to rock music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they listen to our music anyhow, so.
What about the college charts?
Oh yeah, weren't we on the college charts?
College evolved into alternative.
It started with college, didn't it? What do we know?
We never went to
We never
college.
went to college.
What's college like? Is there girls and frat boy parties? That's pretty scary.
We played at a lot of college parties.
I know. We practically went to the Evergreen State College. I mean,
I know,
just
we
go to
lived there. Went there every weekend, and no one studied, that's for sure.
liberal arts college. They have a class there which you can follow around the Grateful Dead and get a credit for it.
You could work at a record label and get a credit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have a football team.
Kind of a liberal college. Everyone likes to go there.
That's where Calvin Johnson went,
Yeah.
people like that.
Matt Groening went there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Linda
right.
Berry, Bruce Pavitt,
Modern day pop geniuses.
Pear, Bernstein.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Pear did.
Yeah, Pear went there.
He's babysitting my child right now.
He's a good guy when he's got it together.
He's with his mom, though.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we've noticed actually all the interns that we had this policy at Spin at one point that we weren't going to hire any more interns that went to college because they were completely clueless. The more college experience they had, you know what I mean? It's like high school dropouts are the only ones who know how to operate a Xerox machine. I don't know. Yeah,
We
okay.
educated ourselves on the street.
Okay, more MTV questions about your album, In Utero. What kind of album did you deliberately set out to make with In Utero as opposed to what you did with Nevermind? In reaction to it, or in terms of specifically, I guess in terms of the sound of it, was there any?
Well, we had an idea of a sound that we've been wanting for a long time, you know, because of Steve Albini's production from a lot of other bands like Breeders and the Pixies and stuff like that. You know those bands. You never heard of them? It's just that sound that we really like, and we thought that sounded so natural and real, and it has a really beautiful ambience to it. So that's why we chose it.
There was a review I just read of it that said it sounded like you set out to make the last punk rock record, and you ended up making what sounded like the first punk rock record.
We were out to commit commercial suicide. What
Yeah.
else were we out to do? Career
To
suicide.
pee off our A&R man.
We didn't care what was on the record. We just wanted to put out a raunchy record.
Just threw it out.
To be
There's other-
controversial.
Yeah, there's other, just for controversy's sake, just like that person said on that
We
clip.
want conflict.
We want confrontation. We like stressing everybody out, our management and label and ourselves. We feed off it. It's some dysfunction we have.
Man, the music business is nothing like the TV business, I've realized.
That's good.
Being on Saturday Night Live yesterday,
Yeah.
being around that, oh, it's chaotic.
In what way is it more? Is TV even worse?
Ooh, oh God, I couldn't imagine working in TV.
Because more people are addicted to TV than they are music.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So
Just so much pressure.
So were you happy with? I mean, you know, well, the sound that Albini got. I mean, was it the drum? The drum
Right
sound of
away,
your dream?
yeah. As soon as we started, the first song that we recorded, we listened back to it and said, okay, yeah, that's his sound. That's what we wanted, you know. Which isn't, I mean, it is his sound. It's a trademark sound, but it's something that I personally have had in my head ever since I've been in a band. Ever since we've had this band going, I've wanted that kind of a sound because it sounds so natural and real. And, you know, technology nowadays, 99% of all studios sound too, you know, digital, you know. And,
Yeah, that's definitely not Steve, is it?
yeah, so he used, you know, a lot of old analog equipment and a lot of microphones, like quadruple the amount of microphones that people normally use.
yeah. We kind of fit into his work ethic too, because we had all the songs down, almost all the songs down. We just went in
Yeah.
there and knocked them out. Because I've heard stories from other bands, like if you don't get the song down in 3 takes, it's like, forget it, don't even do it. Hard ass, cracking his whip.
How was he to work with? Did you get along with him?
He was
Come on.
great.
Yeah.
On the record, it says recorded by. It doesn't say produced
Well,
by.
that's the ethic. He's like Mr. Ethic.
That's his thing. That's
Yeah.
what he said.
Yeah, but we gave him $2 million.
That's true. But
Money talks.
How did that whole controversy arose at the point, you know, when you were done with the record, and you know, it was reported widely that he said, or I don't know.
People were just clamoring for something. They just jumped on it was just speculation, and they blew it out of proportion. And like for an establishment magazine like Newsweek to just report on something so sketchy, like a page and a half. It was just amazing. I couldn't believe it. Then I started flipping through other stories about the Mideast and whatever. I'm like, God, how much credibility do these things have? And then, sure enough, bottom of the birdcage.
I had kind of the same. I had kind of the same reaction too. It's like, if something like this could be so wrong, then what does it say for the rest of the stories that you
I mean, there
read?
was some truth. I mean, there was a little bit of friction in the way.
There was confusion for about a month or so after we brought the tape home. We listened to it. We couldn't tell what was wrong with it. There was something wrong. It just didn't hit us like our other recordings had, and it just took us a while to figure out that the vocals weren't loud enough. That was basically what the problem was.
The bass was really quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we did. So we fixed it in mastering. You know,
Right.
just EQ'd it a little bit different.
Right.
And remixed 2 songs.
Right. I actually, there was, I was talking to the guys in Urge Overkill. They said their trick with getting, he produced that
The Stone.
Supersonic Storybook, that one. He said they would distract him, and when he turned his back on the console, they'd push the vocal faders out.
Yeah, there was one time when I walked out of the room and slammed the door.
Yeah.
And then I came back in and got my way. Threw a star fit for about 10 minutes. That's all it took.
I did that at a hot dog stand today.
Really? You didn't get the right hot dog.
Too much mustard.
Setless Apprentice is apparently one of the first songs that you guys have sort of more fully collaborated on than
Yeah.
in the past. Is that sort of a direction you'd like to take further in the future? Or-
Hell yes. Takes the pressure off of me. Dave came up with the drum beat, and we just built
And
the
the
song
riff.
off of the drum. And the riff, yeah.
Yeah.
He came up with the drum beat, and then he showed me the riff, you know, and it was really simple. And we thought, well, this could work. And I was thinking, this is kind of boneheaded, and then we thought, oh, we'll work on it. And it turned out great. And now I'm excited about it because now we can write together even more.
Yeah.
You know, we're really passive-aggressive people. We don't like to, you know, complain to each other very often. That's probably why we survived.
We should go into
for 5
therapy, all of
years.
us. Sit down with this therapist.
No
What do
way.
you
We
mean?
should just bitch about each other in articles, you know, separately.
Yeah, read the book.
Yeah.
Read the book. I know. Yeah.
I didn't bitch about anybody.
Huh?
I didn't
Thanks,
bitch about
Chris.
anybody.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, I guess you're right. I did a lot of bitching. I can't even finish that book. I really can't even finish it. It's just like, oh God, I hate
I read
myself.
it last night. And it's why I'm
I
so
learned a lot
tired
from that
today.
book.
Yeah.
You just
I
go
learned a
back,
lot
you
from
know?
almost, you know, the first 2 chapters that I should just shut up sometimes.
Is it weird to read about your life in
Totally.
print?
It's like
Oh,
it
yeah.
seems like a violation. Like, who needs to know what I was like
It
when I
really
was a
is.
child, you know?
And our lives are like hamburgers for B. Dalton and Doubleday. And then they're the fry cooks dishing out the slop.
It was. I mean, in terms of.
It's a good book.
Yeah, I thought
It's
so,
well
too.
written.
Very well written and
Yeah.
like extremely thorough, more so than most band biographies. that
Tell
you
me
see.
about it.
And extremely extremely.
Yeah.
You guys were extremely open and honest, which is. Do you
Sometimes that hurts.
yeah. Do you think? I mean, do you hope that maybe it will help diffuse some of the sort of negative rumor mongering and things like that? Was that sort of one of the motivations for doing it in the first place?
Well, better have a biography come out with someone that you're cooperating with than someone who just wants to
Yeah, like
you know,
those
make you
other
look
witches.
like a piece of shit.
Yeah, but not, you know, people don't buy rock books very often. It's not a very large selling market, you know, so, I don't know. The majority of people that buy, you know, probably 3 million people that bought our record last year only knew about us from maybe watching us on Saturday Night Live and hearing us on the AOR radio station, you know.
Or seeing the video or something?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, especially. I forgot about that.
On MTV?
Yeah.
Music television?
And so I don't know. I don't buy rock books myself. I'm not that interested in hearing details of my favorite rock bands. And I mean, so for the people that do read it, they will get a better view on it, I'm sure.
But at the same time, it's going to put, I mean, you know, there's not going to be it seems to me that it's so thorough and complete and honest that there's not much room for any, like, rumors to be circulating around anymore because it's like everybody sort of, it's, you know what I mean?
There'll always
Well-
be rumors going around about something or another.
I'm convinced of that.
Yeah.
I already know. I don't know. You remember the P kid in high school or grade school that was always the scapegoat? I think we're one of those bands. We're the P band.
We got
You
caught
know.
jerking off.
In the back.
got jerking off.
Why do you think?
Everybody else does it.
What-
but
what do
we
you think-
still crucify that one
But not in
kid.
school.
What do you think provokes that sort of, you know, and what's in your band or your music or your personalities that provokes that kind of reaction from?
We just we don't think before we speak.
Or we're reactionary ourselves. We hear something, blah, blah, go off right on it. Or maybe we just don't want to play MTV softball or something. We only fit in. So.
Let's see.
My favorite was when the whole MTV controversy about when we were playing the awards last year when we couldn't play "Rape Me," and so we had this interview later on, and Dave decided to tell the story about it to MTV.
Via videotape.
Like they're gonna show it.
What happened?
I didn't even catch it until like weeks later. Like, oh yeah, I guess they probably wouldn't play that.
Okay, then my next question on this list of questions here is, why did you perform at the New Music Seminar this year?
That wasn't supposed to be a part of the new music seminar, I don't believe. We just wanted to play a show.
So, you know, for all these little bands that, up-and-coming bands that were playing that night, wouldn't have an audience.
We're vicious.
Yeah.
They're on our fucking turf, man.
Yeah, we didn't really think of that. Normally we would think of stuff like that. We are kind of considerate in that way. And it kind of bummed me out when I realized that. Can I smoke on television? But I don't know, I guess it was just a way of saying that we're not dead.
Proof of your existence.
Yeah.
There's some kind of marketing plan or something
Yeah.
we participated in. I thought I had a good time myself.
Yeah,
It was a
me
good
too.
show.
Yeah, and we played acoustic for the first time.
Right.
And we had one day before we left to practice our acoustic set, which explains why it sucked so bad.
You think it sucked?
I think a lot of people thought it sucked. I didn't hate it that much. But
I didn't see it.
What about all those frat boys writhing on top of each other in the front row?
Yeah, and yelling and talking.
They said it rocked.
Is that something you're going to keep doing?
Well, I don't think we're gonna do like this Led Zeppelin tradition of like sit down after an hour's worth of playing electric and then do acoustic set. I think we'll just like go back and forth, like play acoustic song, play a bunch of rock songs, play another acoustic song.
Right.
Probably be easier that way.
Yeah. And you're going to tour with another guitarist?
Yeah,
Again.
Pat
What-
Smear.
Right. Why did you decide to do that, to add a fourth guitarist?
Because I suffer from mental blocks. I have short-term memory loss. I forget the words. Too much concentration on remembering those 3 chords and the words, and maybe having a little bit of participation with the crowd. You know, just too much for me. So I got a second guitar player.
That's really good. Like,
Yeah, Pat picked up just like that. We've only practiced like 6 times, and we could play a show right now if we
he's got a
wanted
lot of
to.
spirit too. Even if and he's really good. He's got a lot of finesse and feel to what he plays, but he's got a lot of spirit. Even if he was
Yeah.
a really terrible guitar player, just the spirit alone is enough for me.
And the punk crowd, too.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, he used to be in the Germs.
Right.
That's why.
That's why.
And when we were like rehearsing the other night, and I think it's like his guitar went out, and it was just like, I'm spoiled now. It doesn't sound as big or thick
Yeah.
anymore, so it's too late.
Does
We're
he
addicted to
mostly
Pat.
double rhythm parts, or
Yeah, he
Right.
basically just does the
Yeah.
rhythms. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should get him to start playing the solos because I can't remember them.
Well, you get in the tour, you'll remember him.
Yeah. Halfway through.
Halfway
probably.
through, just crank up some weird effect, like.
I'll get Kelly to give you a quick guitar refresher course.
She broke a string last night. I felt so sorry for
I
her.
know, she only plays 2 when she broke 1. Okay. On Francis Farmer, Kurt sings, "I miss the comfort in being sad." Is this regarding the price you pay for fame?
No, that's a ridiculous question.
Sorry.
No, that doesn't. I don't know. That was just a line that I picked out of a poetry book that I'd written. I mean, out of some of my
Yeah.
poetry. You know.
That's all right. What,
Oh, hi.
let's talk about the new video. Anton Corbijn directed it, I guess. How did you decide to hook up with him? Seems kind of a surprising choice.
We did a
to-
photo session with
Uh-huh.
him, and he's such a laid-back guy, really talented, really admired his work. So let's do a video with Anton Corbijn.
Worked out great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the funnest and easiest video we've ever done. Well, no, I guess In Bloom was even easier.
Yeah,
'cause
well,
we only
that
had
took an
4
hour.
takes. We did 4 takes. Had to listen to the song 4 times.
Right.
It was great. This time it took a little bit longer, but it was just so easy, and he had everything prepared. It was all, in a script. And
How much, because I know you've been pretty involved in the, creative input into the videos before. Did you work the same way this time, or was he more of a director type?
No, we came up with, well, I don't want to take all the credit, but I came up with most of the visuals, and what's really kind of sad about it is that Kevin Kerslake, who's done our last 2 videos, or 3? Three. Him and I had a lot of conversations over the phone about these visuals that I had for this video, and he feels that a lot of them were his ideas, and they weren't. I swear to God, I'll swear on a Bible. And now we've had a kind of a falling out with him, and it's just too bad. Oh, okay.
Do you swear that those were your ideas?
I absolutely do.
So help you God. All right, there you have it.
Proof positive.
This is Gaddafi's green book. It's not the Bible. No, it is the Bible.
Why are you carrying around the Bible in your back?
This guy gave it to me on the street today.
Oh, yeah?
I just go talking about an hour because see, I have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, our Lord, the Savior. When I die, I'm going to heaven for all eternity. The streets will be paved with gold.
How nice.
If you missed limbs, you will grow new ones. If you were blind, you will see. You will have a Pontiac in the garage.
You will all look like Farrah Fawcett Majors.
Regardless of gender.
Well, I was driving here from Ohio, and we're playing like, I was listening to just sort of like scanning the radio dial, and the guy comes to the end of they were playing, I guess, the end of Heart Shaped Box, and the guy said, that was Heart Shaped Box from the new Nirvana album In Utero. Before that, Santana, Black Magic Woman, and before that, the Moody Blues.
Weird. Every time I've heard it on the radio, they played the Rolling Stones.
Really?
4 times.
You
4
know
times
why?
in a row.
Because it's a computer.
But it's a different Rolling Stones song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand.
They
that.
played
We're classic rock already.
Yeah. We don't have our name on the classic rock fan in Seattle. There's this van that has all these. It says Pearl Jam, but I didn't see Nirvana on it. It's like this Astro van that they take to concerts.
Bummer.
We saw it at the Aerosmith show. Didn't have our name.
Oh, that's weird. It's just, do you experience ever like kind of a weird sense of dislocation in being juxtaposed with these other things, or like what?
It's all entertainment. It's all points and ratings and unit shifting.
And what that entails about your audience, the kind of people that listen to your records.
It's just pretty much what they're fed, you know what I mean? It's like the president of Viacom, he wants to be the #1 entertainment conglomerate, not #4, not #3, but #1. It doesn't matter what the quality of the programming is, it's just what share of the market they control. It's really sick.
I think if they played like Daniel Johnston between Santana and the Moody Blues, that like Daniel could sell like 2 million records.
No.
You wish.
Yeah. Sure. If you can cram garbage like poison down people's throats, why not Daniel Johnson?
Daniel Johnson
than Poison.
He should be to the 90s with the Maharishi Yogi.
The Ramones should have
60s.
had 10 top 10 singles by now.
Does in any sense does the success of your band make that more of a possibility now?
I haven't seen it.
Do you think it has had any positive effect on radio, or?
No. It's the same exact thing as new wave. I've said this a million times. It's just like, like punk bands turned into new wave bands, becoming more commercially acceptable to be able to get on TV and radio. Yeah. The only alternative bands that I see on Alternative Nation are, that close to Bon Jovi, and so are we, So we have no reason to be griping about it, but I guess
It just
I am.
comes naturally. Right?
It's kind of depressing.
Why
No,
not?
it has. I mean, it's sure. I mean, I think a consciousness, an overall consciousness, being more environmentally aware and stuff like that. Sure. I have nothing against MTV, really. Believe me. it's.
Where's that Bible?
No, it's really. I think it's progressed in the last couple of years. Sure, but not as much as I'd like it to. We like quick change.
We have a short attention span.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dazed and confused.
Anarchists, right.
But it is better. I mean, for me to have people, even if I don't like a band's music, maybe someone like Eddie Vedder as a person up there that people are sort of looking as role models or whatever. Just because, even if the music isn't the most progressive thing, at least it seems like they're coming from a different
Exactly.
attitude.
Yeah, that's where it starts.
Cruising down Sunset Boulevard on your Harley and guzzling Jack Daniels. I mean, what's that about?
We're there, dude. How did you come up with the title In Utero? What is that? Does it have a specific meaning, or is it meant to be?
It just kind of went in conjunction with the artwork. It sounded nice.
The artwork came first.
Yeah.
And then the title. Yeah. And that was. Did you come up with the artwork, or was it,
Yeah, I came up with. I put together. I'd been collecting all these little rubber fetuses and things like that. I've just always been kind of obsessed with birth and death and stuff like that. I'm not a death rocker, and I don't wear black, but sometimes I like to collect weird things like that. And so I arranged them all together and bought a bunch of flowers and had Charles Peterson take the picture of it. And I don't know.
At one point, you were going to call it "I Hate Myself and I Want to Die."
Yeah.
And then it was verse, chorus, verse.
Those are fine titles, but just like Rape Me, the title itself confuses people. People would take it too literally. They think we were being serious because no one sees the funny side of us hardly. Every picture, if we take a photo shoot, we may smile or make goofy faces 90% of the time, and if we frown for 3 seconds, they'll use those 3-second shots, And it's just, I have noticed this image of us as being a serious, angry, pissed off band.
Right.
So.
You think that's the image that people want to have of you, rather than.
I don't know if they want that or if it's just turned out that way.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Can I have some more decaf coffee? There's a cup right there.
Could I have a cup of caffeinated coffee?
There's a cup right there. You can reuse it. Thanks. All right. We're gonna have the album was gonna be called "I Hate Myself, I Want to Die," and Jack Kevorkian on the cover. With a gas mask. I mean, that's 3 wearing gas masks. Like, we're resisting you, but what you're doing is all right.
So, what kind of a tour are you guys planning? I mean, what kind of places are you going to try to play?
We don't know.
I think they're going to be about 8,000 seaters. We're going to play the Arizona State Fair. Excited about that.
Yeah.
We're not sure if people are going to show up to our shows yet, so.
Yeah, so we're playing it safe.
We're going to play it at the 4-H tent. You know that the PETA was picketing the gay rodeo in Enumclaw in Washington because of the cruelty to animals. Like, this bull busted its leg and it was destroyed. They said there are people out there. PETA people says gays yes, rodeo no. That's pretty funny. I like PETA.
When will this tour start?
Mid-October.
Mid-October.
Yeah.
And go through till the end of time.
Oh, not really. Till about the end of December,
Yeah.
and then we'll probably do a European deal, and then do all the weirdo shows like Australia, Japan, maybe. I want to play Jerusalem.
Okay.
Where else? Istanbul, Constantinople. Here I come. And then
The Police did something like that a long time ago.
Wow.
They toured down there.
Athens. It'd be neat.
Georgia.
Is it weird not being able to play like club shows anymore? Or, I mean, is that a drag at all?
No, we can still do it.
Yeah, unannounced kind of things.
Yeah. But they don't seem to have the same vibe anymore.
Really? In what way
I don't
is it?
understand why. I couldn't figure it out. We played at the Crocodile. Remember that show?
People just like
people
to stand and watch now.
Yeah, they.
Like we're
Because all the
circus
scenesters got in.
monkeys.
All the
Well,
scenesters
it's a
knew
different
about it.
scene. It's we haven't been in that scene for years, for a few years now, and it's a different breed of people. I mean,
In
the
Seattle?
generation has moved up, and into the ranks of turning 21, and they don't seem to have the same spirit as they did in Seattle a few years ago.
Do you think it's the... Sorry.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Do you think it's the people have changed, or maybe they're just in general people's attitudes towards your band has maybe changed?
I think they probably didn't
Both?
want to show, they probably didn't want to show how much they liked us to be cool. I would have done the same thing.
Right. Right. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah.
When we were fucking great.
Yeah.
I was dancing around at the Scream show,
Were you really?
and Pete dedicated a song to me. I was so touched. It was really good. Then you see those little punk rockers up front, and they got in trouble with the bouncers, and it was me and Mark Arm and some other people got in a big scuffle with them. Throwing ice cubes at the bouncers, get the heck out of here. And they backed down, it was neat.
I love pushing bouncers, getting them kicked out of places. It's so great.
Does it feel good to actually be like a working band with something out and going on tour again, since it seems like...
It seemed like we were always working.
Well, I know, but there was a period of, just, bad press and, all
Oh, that
kind of
That
thing.
period.
Yeah.
Read about it in the book.
Yeah.
That's a period, all right.
But
I got my period.
but that's kind of over, it seems like over now and things are...
Yeah, because we have a new record out.
Yeah. And the reaction to it so far seems to be really great. I mean, I've seen nothing but really good reviews.
Except in Newsweek.
The Newsweek,
Newsweek,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, like they were going to get
News
the
rag.
I read some good things in Newsweek. I think that same issue. I'll give them that.
Because I remember you talking about, you've talked about a couple times about worried about maybe a kind of a backlash for this record, people just sort of hating it because they're supposed to rather than responding to it as a record, which doesn't seem to be happening so far, in any case.
Well, at least they're not
I
doing
don't
what they're
remember
supposed to.
saying that. Never mind.
Go on.
Oh, no.
Did you say something?
No, I thought something.
We'll never know.
Don't hurt yourself.
Okay, I guess you have like a secret track on the No Alternative record, which will be out by the time this airs, apparently, so it's supposed to be okay
Do
to
we?
talk about
Secret?
it.
We do?
That's what it says here. I don't know. You don't?
What's the no alternative record? Is that
That's the AIDS
Right.
benefit thing.
Oh,
You know,
how come
of
it's
all
secret?
alternative stuff.
It's not a secret anymore.
I thought we were going to put it out like everybody else.
I was told that it was.
Why? Because who else is on the record?
I don't. As far as I mean, lots of people. Soul Asylum, Soundgarden,
And our record's secret.
Sonic Youth, Breeders. I don't know.
It's our secret. It's not
a
fake
secret.
jewelry.
I don't know why
It's not real
secret.
jewelry.
Don't ask. All right.
Because people think
Yeah.
we're condoning AIDS.
Yeah. AIDS is good. Oh, and at that gay rodeo, there was this person, a Christian across the street with a big sign that said, "Sodomites, do you have AIDS yet?" Can you believe that?
Jesus.
What a sickle. But he's Christian, that's all right. There's no reason to go kick his ass. It's, sodomites.
Anyway, I guess part of this is going to air on when they do a special on the No Alternative album when it comes out.
Oh.
So everyone will know about the song then. So it's not a secret.
So we start going on,
It's just
I
a
think
secret.
you should
I guess
wear
it's
condoms.
It's not secret on the album. It's just we're not. It's before the album comes out. I don't.
no.
No one's supposed to know or something. I don't know. But
There's
anyway,
our
so-
manager over there.
Hey, John Silva, come here.
But anyway, I'm not asking about why it's
He
secret or
briefed us on
anything like
everything but that question,
I'm asking
too.
about. I'm just asking about the song on it. What was it from? Is it an outtake or?
It was an
I
outtake.
hate myself. I want No,
No,
it's
verse,
not.
chorus, verse.
Verse, chorus, verse. It's a really old song.
But wait, what's it supposed to be called? No, it's sappy.
No, it's
I
called-
don't know.
It's sappy, though.
It's one of the songs that we've been trying to record for since we've
record.
been a band.
Yeah.
Every time we've went into the studio, we've tried to record the song, and it sucked every time.
It's sappy, right?
What didn't suck, but it wasn't
Yeah,
up
it
to
sucked,
par.
and this time it just almost didn't suck.
almost-
Oh yeah, it sucked every time.
It
but
barely
yeah,
sucked this
barely
time.
sucked this time. Barely.
So
That's an old song too.
I'm assuming they just approached you and asked you to contribute something, and you said yeah.
Here's a
Good
song
call.
from in the 80s. You wrote that song in the 80s, Kurt. What period were you in?
Third period just before lunch.
Third period.
And I'm supposed to ask some general AIDS questions. Do you think contributing to something like this, that music can be used as a way to educate people about AIDS?
As long as it raises money for like treatment and hospices and things, that's what really turned me on. That it helped people who were suffering. As far as information, I mean, I get so much information. I don't even speak for myself. I don't even know what the heck's going on.
The record isn't going to give you any information.
Right.
Yeah.
The money will.
There's so many theories out there. Is HIV even lead
Having
to AIDS?
anything to do
Yeah,
with
man,
AIDS.
It's just really hard. So I guess the best thing we can do is help people who are suffering from it.
I guess, Chris, in some of the recent interviews, you've been tried to steer away from political subjects so as not to be kind of pigeonholed as the political one.
Yeah. There's just no reason to just totally dwell on it, because it's just, I'm a bass player in a rock and roll band, and just go on and on and on about things. And you can talk all you want, but I think the main thing is you guys should be doing things. And that's not for me, that's for everybody, just, I talk about things in the media, and then just go home and drink beer.
It's much more effective to do a benefit for Bosnian rape victims and come up with how much money did we make for that,
55 grand.
I mean, that makes way more of an impact than talking about it.
And we got this organization called the Balkan Women's Aid Fund, and maybe you can flash the address and you can send donations to, and we're working with women's groups in Croatia and Austria and Hungary and Serbia, and in Bosnia-Herzegovina. So we don't have any nationalist ties whatsoever, because a lot of these women are just caught in the middle of it all, women and children. So just plugging away at that still, haven't given up, and take advantage of the media and just mention the address, and if people want information they can write and I'll send them information back, but just harp away on things over and over again, I think people lose interest, It could be like We Are the World. We could be on stage celebrating famine in Africa. We are the world. And there's kids that they were doing that just totally starving to death. I mean, it's gross.
You went over to Bosnia.
I went to Croatia. I didn't go to Bosnia,
okay.
no way. I wasn't that.
Bosnia.
I wouldn't do that for Bob Guccione Jr.
I don't know, how much have we, because I'm kind of, there aren't that many more questions I want to ask on this list. Are we running out of time, or how are we doing on time?
Keep going.
I know keep going, but I mean, what I'm saying is I'm running out of, I don't, there's some of this.
Okay, Carol's on her way out.
Okay, good. Some of this stuff. I just don't want to ask some of this stuff.
Here, Kurt.
If you
got
ask
some
Dave
notes?
about the Scream shows he did,
Okay.
and Kurt's work on the Melvins album,
Okay, we'll do
and
that.
then just these ticket questions and violence.
Okay.
You got them on yours.
Yeah, I got them on mine. You're right. Thanks.
Thanks.
Dave.
Well,
Hold one second. Wait a second.
Let's talk about the.
Okay.
You did some Scream shows over the summer, I guess.
Yes.
Reunited
yes. Thank you.
for a while. How was that?
Great.
Barely made it back in time for us to practice.
I know, I barely
How's
made it
Dave?
back in time for us to practice. We just got back together to do some shows.
Just felt like playing, and it was fun. And,
Yeah, there's some old stuff that was being re-released on Discord.
Right.
So, just how we do it. It's a lot of fun. It was good to play, in smaller places without a hoopla.
Yeah.
So that was nice.
You came back in shape on the drums.
Came back, I was
Came
in
up there to
shape.
practice.
It was
Dave,
nice.
cut your chops.
Got my
I was
chops
like,
down.
Hey, slow down.
Tape the cymbals.
Tape the cymbals, yeah.
Yeah, we make him tape the cymbals in practice now. It kills our ears.
Really?
And we turned down in practice. And guess what? You can hear the vocals now. Wasn't that amazing? It's not like, not too loud. It's like, God damn it.
Okay, and Kurt, you produced the Melvin's new album.
I produced a few songs.
Okay.
I think like 6 tracks. I guess you can call it producing. I don't know what that term means.
What did it entail for you?
A lot of sleeping on the couch, waiting for them to write songs. It worked out pretty good though. I mean, I had a few kind of stupid ideas. Like I got a bunch of plywood and put it down on the floor for an ambience, and used a lot of microphones. Tried to steal some of Albini's techniques. And what else did we do? We enclosed Buzz's cabinet into a box. Didn't make a bit of difference. Stuff like that. You know?
Yeah.
But it, you know, I like the record now that I've heard it. It's finished.
Yeah.
I just saw their video the other day. I hope it's played on this station because it's really funny.
I'm feeding back. Sorry. So, yeah. Cool. And now I'm supposed to ask you about, these are other special sections they're doing. This one, this is a spot that's going to be on what our bands charge ticket prices, basically. This is like
we
a
had that
special thing on
discussion.
ticket prices. First question is, what do you think of artists who do charge anywhere between $50 to $75 for tickets?
There are people
Who charges that much money?
Who does
Apparently.
that?
Madonna.
Madonna
How much
does?
do we charge a ticket, John?
Yeah, but that's like a burlesque show.
It's a big production, isn't it?
27?
12?
You can speak.
Is that 12 or 21?
17 to 18 bucks a ticket? Wow.
Madonna charges $50.
Apparently. 50 to 75.
Madonna wears fur too. Did you know that?
Yeah.
We were talking about, boy, we should charge $25 and really milk it. Yeah. Really take them for all they got.
If they want to come, let's see how bad they really want to see the band play.
So, 17. We charge $17.
So what do you,
Fugazi's playing tonight. They're charging $5.
6.
So how does that make you feel?
Weak. Exploitive.
Yep. See, they go from 5 to 6 to 7 to 8. Pretty soon.
it's all over, man.
Well, there's inflation.
What with the Ticketmaster charge and.
So what do you think of the price you charge for your concert? Is the next question. 17 to 18.
What do we think of it? I guess we make enough money.
God, if we had to pay for every show we played on tour, never mind.
I don't know. Production costs are so astronomical. It's amazing.
You got to pay all these people, and the band always gets it in the end. The band has to pay for everything. That's
We make the least amount of money.
How much do you see of the? This says $30 you charge for one ticket, but let's say $17 or $18 you charge for one ticket.
John?
We don't even know.
John?
25%? Is that after your cost?
And then
Cool.
So say if it's $20, we see $5 of the $20.
And that's, you know, then you have to pay for the cost of touring with that. I guess. Interesting. Okay, that's that.
No, we make that $5. That's in our pocket clear, right? No?
Yeah, 25%. You work on about 25% net.
Oh, net. Oh, okay.
Then you have to split it 3 ways.
right, $1.75 a piece for every show.
Tax on it.
For every person.
So,
If there's 8,000 people, you made 10 grand that night.
I didn't go to college.
That's not bad money. 10 grand a night. Gee, that's pretty good.
Let's play more.
I never think about that. I just go out there and play.
but we're not rich or anything.
Wow, that's pretty good money. I'm gonna go out and buy something today. I feel guilty about it. Cheapness isn't bred me.
Okay, the next special section is on violence. We're doing a special on violence, I guess.
Violence is bad.
Wait till
Oh, we
I
don't
ask
want
the
to.
question.
You know, we just want people to come to our shows and have a good time. I mean, all these issues and stuff. We don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead. I don't care. Do you think teen violence is a big problem in today's society?
Wow.
Don't they have metal detectors at school for guns now? No, it's not like
What do you mean, though?
What do I mean? What do you mean?
Hey, Ronnie Coker and Joe Studd are gonna have a fight after school. It's like, ooh, let's go.
Fight.
Now it's like a shootout in the hall. You know what I mean?
I've got some mace right here.
Well, I'll get that. is do you
This
care-
is my security guard. You know, this is my bodyguard. Axl Rose has 10 big, huge, 400-pound guys. I have
Pepper juice.
Do you carry a gun? What kind and why?
M16 all the time.
Colt 45.
Because
Colt
I
45.
swear, I don't have a gun.
I keep it in my teepee when we go out in the woods and sleep.
Do you?
Yeah. You never know what's going to happen out there.
Do you think that images of guns and violence in media and popular culture have contributed to the rise in violence?
Yeah, I think
among
so.
teens?
I think so. I think Sir Mix-a-Lot standing in front of his exotic car collection, holding 2 handguns and sending out a message like, hey, look at all these cars, look at all this jewelry, look at all these guns, cool, Daddy-O or whatever. And I think that was really irresponsible of him to do that.
Do you think
There's
that-
nothing romantic about guns. They're a tool, and they're in this world, in this country, things have just degenerated so much. It's just like you have to protect yourself because there's a lot of jerks out there. When I went to the gun shop to buy the guns, you should have seen the people in there buying this. This guy was looking at this. I guess I hate to judge people by their appearance, but I mean, there were some gangbangers in there just swooning over these 9mm. Oh man, check that out! They're going crazy. It's like, God, I was in there, and Ernie and I were in there just like, whoa, what are we doing in here? But we felt like we had a duty to be in there and protect our families and homes and stuff. And these guys were, it was just a novelty to them. Like, yeah, you got to have a gun, you know. It's scary, that kind of mentality, you know.
Do you think that, therefore, that like artists or creative people should have more of a responsibility to not glorify violence in their work, or is there sense? I mean,
Well, if you have any common sense, you won't glorify violence, or you won't, you know,
there's
dwell
nothing
on
wrong
it.
with raising the issue of violence, but glorifying it.
Yeah. Their irresponsibility is just like, I don't know, just a lack of responsibility. They don't really think about it too much. They're just like, they're wrapped up in that whole romanticism of guns and, hey, it's cool, you know. Maybe it's a male thing, you know, the ultimate empowerment, you know, ultimate man thing, gun.
I have to admit, it really is kind of fun to shoot guns. When I go out to the shooting range, it's an enjoyable sport.
Yeah.
I like to do it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's fun. I mean, and it's a responsibility to know your gun too. You just shouldn't have it. I mean, you should really respect
Oh yeah,
it.
if you buy a gun to protect yourself, and you don't know how to shoot it, you don't practice, you're not gonna hit the person if they're this close to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing is, like, I'm not a member of the NRA. I don't want to join the NRA. I don't agree with the NRA. A lot of things the NRA says, you know. I just have my own reasons.
Right. I'm done.
All right.
Cool. Carol's on her way up.
Oh, girls are
I think, Bruce?
We'll do that last.
So apparently Chris,
You're gonna do some promo for MTV Europe. For
Oh yeah, I gotta write that out. I haven't even looked at it yet. Can I do that?
wait, also some
guys?
promos for 120 and
an alternative nation, and if you want to do